If you run your own business, you have probably been told at some point that you need to work on your branding. Maybe it was a video you watched, maybe someone at an event, maybe just a general feeling that your competitors look more put together than you do. And then you start looking into it, and everyone is pushing something different. Fix your logo, refresh your colors, be more consistent, define your brand values, get a proper website, post more. After a while, it all starts to blur, and none of it feels like the right place to start. Here's why. Most of what gets called branding is actually decoration. And decoration is the last thing you should be thinking about. Branding is what people think when they hear your name. That's it. The instant reaction in someone's head when your name comes up, that's your branding. And once you understand that, everything about how you communicate changes. Here's where almost every business goes wrong. They talk about themselves, their product, their features, their benefits. We have this, we do that, our product is better because. And the problem is, honestly, nobody cares. Not because the product is not good, but because people are not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves, their problems, their frustration, their life. And when your message is about your product and their attention is on their problem, you are talking past each other. Nothing lands and nothing sticks. This is not a creative problem. It's what I call context asymmetry problem, and here's how to solve it. There are 6 levels at which any brand can communicate. Most brands live at the bottom 2. The brands people actually remember chose higher. Level 1, product features. What your product has, what's included. The most common thing brands talk about, and the most forgettable. Level 2, benefits. What your product does for someone. One step closer to the person. Still mostly about you. Level 3, problem solved. The specific frustration that disappears. Not what you have or what you do. What they no longer have to live with. Level 4, the enemy you fight. This is the one most brands are too scared to use. Every strong brand has an enemy, not a competitor. That's too small. An injustice, a broken assumption that has been accepted as normal but should not be. What made you start this? What were you so fed up with that you decided to build something different? That's your enemy. And naming it is one of the most powerful things a brand can do. Because if your audience has the same enemy, they become your people instantly. Level 5, life improvement. What becomes easier or better once your product is in someone's life? Not what your product does, what their life looks like after. Level 6, identity transformation. Who someone becomes by choosing you. Now let me make this concrete. Imagine a fitness coach. Level 1, I have a 12-week workout program. Level 2, it helps you lose weight and build strength. Level 3, you stop feeling tired and stuck every morning. Level 4, I fight a quick fix fitness culture that keeps people starting over every January. Level 5, you wake up with energy. You follow through on things. Level 6, you become someone who actually keeps their word to themselves. Same coach, same program, 6 completely different messages. Some of them make you stop. The rest you have seen 1,000 times. Levels 1 and 2 talk about the product. Levels 3 through 6 talk about the person. Memorable branding lives in the top half. The brands people remember are not remembered because of better features. They are remembered because of what they stand for, because of how they made someone feel about themselves. And most businesses never get there, not because they cannot, but because features feel safer. Features are easy to defend. They are true. They are verifiable. Nobody can argue with a specification. So brands default to them. And their marketing disappears into the feed because everyone else is doing exactly the same thing. Here's the uncomfortable version of this. Your audience is not thinking about your specification. They are thinking about their problem, the thing that's not working, the life they want, the person they're trying to become. When you speak features to someone thinking about their own life, you are answering questions nobody has asked yet. The highest level your brand can reach is not the one that describes your product most accurately. It's the one that describes your customer's situation more accurately than they could describe it themselves. When that happens, they do not feel sold to, they feel understood. And that is where trust starts, before a single feature is mentioned. Here's what I want you to do after this video. Pick up your phone, open the camera, press record. Answer the following questions out loud. Don't script it, don't overthink it, be honest and vulnerable. Question 1. What made you start this? What were you so fed up with, so frustrated by, that you decided to build something different? What is the injustice you could not tolerate? That answer is level 4. That's your enemy. That is the most powerful thing you can say about your brand. Question 2. Who is this actually for? Not their age, not their income. What are they frustrated by every day that your product helps with? What does their problem cost them? What gets better once you solve it? How their life improves once you help remove that problem? These are levels 3 and 5. The problems they have and the life improvements you offer. Question 3. What does their life look like after they find you? Who do they get to be? Who do they become? That answer is level 6. That is your identity transformation. Answers to those questions, that's your brand. Not a logo, not a guideline document nobody will read, not a mood board. Those 3 answers, spoken in your own voice about a real person with a real problem, that is what resonant branding actually is. And once you have them, you know what to say in every video, every post, every campaign, and every meeting. Because you are no longer talking about your product. You are talking about the person. And that is the only version of branding that actually amounts to anything. Knowing what to say is one layer. Knowing how to make it impossible to ignore, that is the next one. And knowing exactly who you're talking to, at which stage of their journey, with which level of awareness about their own problem, that is the layer underneath everything. That is what most of this channel is about. If this changed how you think about branding, there is a lot more in that direction. Link in the description. And if you want to go deeper on the foundation underneath this, the next video is a good place to start.